Time for another allotment update. Not too much to talk about the first bed. Second bed, strawberries, they're going really well. Picked a load yesterday, so there's not too many on show at the moment. But yeah, picked a huge tub yesterday, so hopefully some more to pick in another couple of days. The carrots, I started weeding them, but run out of time, so I still need to finish that at another day. What was that, beetroot, the stuff that I sowed in there hasn't grown yet, but the beetroot that I planted in modules is still surviving, which is good. Garlic, still not picked it. This one is empty, for waiting for sweet corn. This one in here, I planted my courgettes. I read online that apparently slugs don't like walking over sheep's wool, and so this stuff here is whoops, there we go. My next door neighbour gets dog food delivered, and like raw dog food, and it comes with this for insulation, these sheets of it's just sheep's wool basically. He gives them to me. I use them for lining the nest boxes in the chicken run, but also thought they'd be good for trying to keep slugs away. I'm not too sure how successful it's going to be, because it looks like that there has been eaten by a slug. These have been in for about 3 days now, so yeah, I'll just have to see how they go. Hopefully they'll manage to establish themselves before the slugs start getting more access. So what have we got in here? This greenhouse is looking a bit more sparse now, because quite a lot of stuff has been planted out. Still got one straggler of a courgette, some basil. I think slugs must have been getting in here and eating that, but I've got loads of basil, so no problem. Some tomatoes left, that's the melons. And then round here, that's the remaining basil that hasn't gone anywhere yet, and a few seeds. We've got some French beans just coming up. They've just started germinating within the last day or so. And that's about it in there. And then in the main greenhouse, we've got all the tomatoes in now. So I think it's the same pattern down each side actually. So what have we got? One money maker, and that's a cherry, a what's that, Maisie F1, and then another cherry, and then a beefsteak, and exactly the same pattern down the other side. And then I've also planted some basils in those large tall pots, and then that was what was that? That was a chilli, and that was the random thing that had grown up from the compost, homemade compost. Oh, in these pots actually. So these are 1/3 shop bought compost, like multi-purpose, 1/3 well rotted manure, and 1/3 compost from the compost heap, homemade compost. So yeah, I have to see how we get on with those, but they're looking okay at the moment. In fact, I need to soon, I probably need to stake them and start tying them to the stakes, and then start side shooting them as well. Round here, outside the chicken shed, it maybe looks nicer on camera than it does in real life, I don't know, but put down these 3 slabs that I had spare, and my next door neighbour, the same one that gave me the turf that he dug up, had some spare turf from when he re-turfed the garden. So it's quite a loud helicopter, I don't know if that's coming out. So anyway, that was his leftover turf, so I just chucked that down just to attempt to neaten it up. It looks a bit rough at the moment, but yeah, hopefully it'll establish and look nice in future. Around here, not too much going on. That chicken wire that I put around the base to stop the chickens leaning out and eating the kind of seedlings and stuff seems to be working, because the plants are starting to grow a bit closer to the chicken run now, because the chickens can't just keep eating them. And then if we just whiz in here, the chickens are surviving. Who have we got? There we go. If I put down some seed, let's see who turns up. So whoops, we've got the 4 brown ones, 4 brown ones, the 2 grey ones. They're all not looking too bad. The bantams, I just again took them out a little while ago. They keep all getting in the same nest box now. I'm really not too sure what that's all about, but yeah, all the time they're just sat on top of each other like that. Hopefully they'll snap out of this broodiness soon. They look a bit perturbed that I've got in there. Yeah, so I'll lift the lid up again in a minute and get them out. In fact, let me pause it and get them out. Hang on. There we go. All 3 bantams are out now. Remains to see how long they'll be out for, but hopefully they'll have a drink, have an eat, and then they'll probably get back in there. The brown chickens do seem to be a little bit bossy to the bantams, which is maybe why they're a little more reluctant to be out, though they were fine to start with, so hopefully the brown chickens will not disturb them too much. When there's food around, they'll seem quite happy because they're entirely food motivated, and don't need to worry about disturbing each other when there's food. So the food's more important, it seems. Peacock. There's Peacock. And Snowy. And Badger. Badger's quite friendly now, actually. She lets me pick her up quite a lot. And there's the other ones, Billy and Becky, and the brown ones whose names I can never remember. What else is going on? I think that's about it, really. Just come round here. Yeah, I showed all this last time, didn't I? So there's not really much to add since last time on this. Right, that's it for now.